Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Tobi the Great, and if you're not a newcomer to my channel, you're probably surprised to see my face on this video. But I thought I'd try something new, add a bit of flair to some content, and if you've seen the title of this video, you'll know I'll be talking about how I got a job at Facebook, going from Fortnite to Facebook, working for Mark Zuckerberg. So if you like this type of content, don't hesitate to like the video, comment what you think of it, and hey, subscribe if you're new. So let's get to it. So the best place to start this story is probably junior year of high school. I was part of this program called All-Star Code, which is essentially a summer program for young men of color to learn more about the tech industry and about programming and computer science as a whole. It was pretty much kind of like a summer class, but a lot more casual, and we got to tour different tech companies like Spotify and Google and just learn more about how to prepare yourself for the professional world, like interviews and learning how to present a project and public speaking and really cool stuff. So I'll link the All-Star Code site down in the description if you want to check it out, and if you have someone if you know someone that's a high schooler that would want to be a part of it. So it was really cool. I think I had about 30 or 25 people in my class at the time during the summer, but I was kind of like one of the slowest people in the class. I feel like I didn't really understand programming. I thought it was really cool. I was always into computers, video games, just in general. Like I was always on the computer, probably playing games. In terms of programming, for some reason, it was kind of hard for me to grasp it compared to everyone else in the class. So I was usually the one that was with the teachers or with the instructors at the time, trying to figure out like all the past lessons while everybody was already catching up ahead of me. So in a way, I kind of thought that maybe computer science wasn't the best thing for me, or wasn't the best field for me, because it didn't really easily come to me understanding all the fundamentals of coding and stuff. So fast forward. I end up going to college. I attend a liberal arts college, and it's a college that's not exactly known for computer science. So it's not like a Stanford or MIT or where you expect a bunch of people that do technology or engineering to come from. But even still, as a result of going to All-Star Code, I knew that I still was interested in computer science, and I didn't really find another major in college that I wanted to do. Computer science in college did as much work to me as it did in the summer, which pretty much killed me. It was really hard for me to grasp a lot of the basic concepts, even since the summer of high school, junior year. And once again, I was really looking at myself thinking is this the right kind of field for me to go into? Even though I'm really interested in computers, if I can't really understand the concepts and do well in them in college, then I don't know if this is the right thing for me. So in general, I was really bummed out freshman year of college because of that. And as a result, I wasn't really looking too much into tech companies in terms of applying for internships and stuff. I did apply, I think, to the Google engineering practicum, but even though I applied, I had a super low GPA freshman year, so there was no chance that they were accepting me. I can't even remember if they responded, but regardless, I didn't really apply to many tech companies because I kind of felt like I wasn't really qualified. Yeah, so fast forward though, after freshman year, I was pretty bummed out about computer science as a whole, and I didn't think this was essentially the major for me. I did manage to get a job just because I wanted to get some bread. I did manage to get a job, and then I managed to get one at a really cool company, but I wasn't doing any kind of coding or programming stuff. But it was a cool summer job, gave me cash during the summer, which was lit. But next summer, I was really determined, and I thought to myself, you know what, let's give this programming thing another shot. Let's do computer science, because not only did I have this kind of confidence, I also had no idea what else I would major in if I was in college. So I was like, hey, computer science is the best bet. But I still didn't really have a good sense of the industry. I just knew I liked computers. I felt like maybe job security. I didn't really have a good sense of what being a software engineer was like. I just knew I liked computers, and I could see myself sitting all day working on them. Fast forward. We go to sophomore fall, and that time, I think that's 2016, was when my whole life changed forever. That was when I found this site called Reddit. Now, if you don't know what Reddit is, if you go on my channel, I have some Reddit reactions, but please don't watch those. But basically, Reddit is a online news media aggregation kind of platform where literally you can make an account and find communities about any kind of topic in the world on the internet. It's basically like I think the slogan of Reddit is the front news page of the internet, and it's pretty much that. Anything you want to learn about and find more information about, and also share things, you find that on Reddit. I love Reddit. And that is when I found so much about the software industry, about the salaries, about the types of jobs people have, about the cool kinds of benefits and perks that you get from working at Facebook and Google and Microsoft. And it just blew my mind. At the time, my first internship that I had after freshman year was paying me $15 an hour, and I thought that was the most incredible thing ever. That was not my first job, but that was just super cool to be getting paid, I thought, a pretty cool amount of money at the age of like 18, 19. So when I saw that people my age were going to California on all expense paid trips to other companies and other cities, getting paid $30, $40 an hour, I thought that was crazy. My motivation literally skyrocketed. So I'm skipping over a bunch of details for the sake of getting to the point of why you're watching this video about me at Facebook. But just know that there's a bunch of little other parts of my journey, other companies that I interned at. But just know that Facebook wasn't the first tech company that I interned at. So if you want to learn more about that, comment below if you want to hear about the other tech company that I interned at. That was my first ever tech experience. But after the end of 2016, I was like, yep, I'm going to work at one of those big companies and I'm going to do whatever it takes. And as you may know, if you also use Reddit and you're aware of how the tech industry works, for a lot of these kinds of jobs, you have to pass technical interviews. And if you know anything about technical interviews, you know that they can get really, really hard. It's basically like taking the SAT or the ACT all over again. It's a bunch of these kinds of questions that don't relate to stuff that you'll do once you actually get to the workplace, but it's essential to get one of those jobs. You need to understand basic computer science fundamentals, understand algorithms, and you need to know how to apply them in a timed setting. Pretty much 45 minutes. You need to understand how linked lists work, arrays, hash maps, and trees. So with that in mind, I knew that this is what I wanted to do, because I wanted a taste of that kind of lifestyle pretty much. So I bought this huge book called Cracking the Coding Interview, and I spent days and nights up not doing homework, but just trying to study all these different kinds of topics, just in the hopes that if I'd be lucky enough, if I'd get in the right place at the right time, I could get one of these cool jobs. And just because I said I worked at Facebook doesn't necessarily mean I'm telling you the truth. So to show you some proof, I have 3 articles of evidence. The first piece of evidence is the book bag that they give all Facebook interns. If you look inside the inside pocket of the second zipper place, it says Facebook. The second piece of evidence are these custom edition Facebook socks. If you look at the title and the brand, it says Facebook, and you can see the emojis written on them, so you know it's authentic. The third piece of evidence is this shirt I'm wearing. It's an authentic hackathon Facebook New York shirt. If you look at the back, it says Facebook and it says Summer Intern 2018. That's my evidence, that's my proof. Take it as you will. So as I said before, the end of 2016 is when my eyes opened up, and through a bunch of miraculous turns, the summer of 2017, I had my first technical internship ever. And that was a really cool experience. I said before, I'm happy to talk about that in a future video if people are interested in. But shortly after that internship ended, I had a little bit of free time before the start of my junior year of college. And I was dedicated to trying to study for interviews and really get into one of the top tech companies. So I had about, I guess, 2 weeks after my summer internship ended in 2017 to when I have to go back to college. So I was just spending those days. I had days and nights where I just slept for like maybe 3 hours. I was just studying all kinds of algorithms, all kinds of fundamentals, literally anything that I can do to get me closer to that dream. And literally out of nowhere, a recruiter from Facebook emailed me and asked me if I wanted to apply for the internship, which was wild. At the time, I literally had no idea. Facebook was on my list along with all other kinds of companies that I wanted to apply to. I wanted to apply to Google again. I wanted to apply to Snapchat. I wanted to apply to Amazon, all the big tech companies. But I was so surprised that someone from the company actually reached out to me. And they were like, do you want to set up an interview? I was like, yup, sure thing. So as soon as they emailed me, I knew that this was my chance. And I immediately replied back to the email saying, yes, absolutely. I would love to have a chance to work at Facebook. And we set up a phone interview that I think was 5 days after that email. And in those 5 days, when I tell you I didn't sleep before, I literally did not leave my room at all for 4 of those 5 days, except to eat. And I ate like twice a day. I was just so focused, so determined to get there. My first phone interview, I crushed it. It was just, I knew exactly what the question was asking right when the interviewer was asking it. And I got really lucky, of course. You always need some luck going into this. Sometimes you'll get a question that you're really familiar with. Sometimes you won't. But unfortunately, that's really the best way to prepare for that is to just study and just hopefully you get lucky. I'd seen that question before and I knew exactly how to solve it. And once I did, I immediately got sent to the next phone interview, which was going to be held 2 weeks after. So for that second phone interview, it was actually while I was in school. Once I got back to campus, about 3 days after I had that second phone interview. And it was pretty hard, but lucky enough, I had seen a version of that question before. It was a version of a question I'd seen before, and I managed to find the optimal solution a little bit before time was up. And after that second phone interview, about a week after, I heard from my recruiter that I got the job. And it was so rewarding to find that after all my hard work that I'd actually gotten a job at a really, really huge and popular tech company. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. I know I went through a bunch of different details, but I just wanted to give you that path and also, to try out the whole face cam. So, hey, if you like this kind of story, you want more details or more stories about tech industry, about my life or whatever, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Peace out.